wonder why is it every time we talk about Los Angeles, it is consistently bad. They just lost to the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler. LeBron played terrible. AD put up great numbers, but the whole was just bad. Again, LeBron, this is one of the few bad games I've seen LeBron have in his, not just in his career, but in terms of this season. He's been great this whole year. This is an anomaly. But good gosh, if it didn't show how much of an impact that he has on this game. He didn't even score 20. I don't think he made a three this whole game. He shot like 5 times. It was egregious on all fronts on his account. We understand that. But on the whole, everything just looks out of sorts and out of sync. This Lakers squad has lost 8 of their last 10 games after winning the in-season tournament, looking like they were clicking on all fronts. And now they're absolutely terrible. They can't even play, getting beat left, right, and center, looking confused, looking cold. Cold on all fronts. Defensively unaware, offensively absolutely out of sorts. Why is this the case? And there's only one reason. That bum of a coach, Darvin Ham, they got to the Western Conference Finals when they had no business getting there. To go from that to then coming into this season, looking shaky again, then finding your stride, winning the in-season tournament, everything's looking on the up and up, and now you go into a rut, 2-8 in your last 10 games. And it's all because of Darvin Ham and him consistently changing everything. This man has said we need consistency and won't be consistent at all. The man literally consistently changes his mind. That's the only consistent thing about him. How is it that we have seen this Lakers squad be in the conference finals with a lineup that works, and now with the exact same roster, only pieces added to it, none of the core pieces let go, kept Rui Hachimura, kept Austin Reeves, you got Jackson Hayes, you added Gabe Vincent, though he's injured, I believe he's coming back soon, but you kept every single key piece on the roster. Even you kept D'Lo. He's had some up and downs, but you know what? Okay, fine. The move is the move. You kept continuity on your roster and improved it by getting more bodies, more length, more height, seemingly more defensive ability and switchability. That's what you got in the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, you do. And you still put up these types of schemes. You don't have a set rotation yet, and it's January. You are still trying to find a working starting 5? I have not seen the same starting 5 happen in the game for Darvin Ham this entire year. Some piece has gotten moved in and out, and he tries to use the excuse of, we've missing some core pieces. Rui Hachimura is out. The brother was in at the start of the year, or rather I don't think he was in at the start of the year, but once he got healthy, he was in the rotation for a solid 10, 15 games, and still you're only playing him how many minutes? 15 to 25, though he's recovered from injury. He should be starting, if I'm being completely honest, if not coming off the bench, averaging 30 minutes minimum. Taurean Prince should be averaging 25, 20 minutes, not averaging 30, 36. You got big, but you're playing AD 40 minutes a game, knowing that he's injury prone. And again, credit to Anthony Davis. This man's been playing like an MVP. This man, Anthony Davis, has been putting up phenomenal defensive and offensive numbers, playing like a real MVP caliber talent that we have been saying he can be this whole time. No longer looking at him and being scared if he's going to get hurt. Every time he jumps, we're confident he's going to be okay. Dominating on the boards. Dominating on the low block. There's no room in the paint that you can score on him. And offensively, he's playing like a dominant big that we've been wanting him to. Playing like the 5 that we asked him to play like years ago. We love this Anthony Davis. But it shouldn't be what we're seeing from him now, averaging 40 minutes a game, because we still know the risk. It's ridiculous that this type of rotational mismanagement is consistently being let slid by the organization of the Lakers. Let's be completely honest. Reports are now coming out that he has lost the locker room or is losing the locker room. No longer is he being seen in the good graces of the players. Players are starting to speak out. LeBron didn't even go into an interview to be asked about what the word went wrong. There is some real internal turmoil when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, and it's all because of Darvin Ham. It's all because of that man. All because of an ignorant, mismanaging coach who can't see the light in front of him of what his roster is constructed of. Legitimate talent and length. Hence, if you want to play into that, make your starting five go tall. Plain and simple. Or do what worked last year. Either you can go D'Lo, Reeves, LeBron, Vanderbilt, AD. That's what got you to the conference finals. If you want to switch it up, D'Lo, Reeves, Hachimura, LeBron, AD. If you want to go big, LeBron, Hachimura, Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, Anthony Davis. Any of those rotations can be your starting five. Rotate it out with Jackson Hayes and Gabe Vincent and the other core pieces, and boom, you now have a set five and you can legitimately run 8 to 10 deep because you got Vanderbilt, Vando, Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent, and depending on if one of them starts or don't start, Reeves or D'Lo. So you have options. Or Max Christie, who has shown semblances of, okay, he can be a legitimate offensive threat. It ain't like you don't have the product. See, this isn't like last year when you just didn't have the pieces. This isn't like when we were saying the Lakers were old and they just can't compete because they don't have the youth to run like they need to. This isn't even like the year before when it's just a situation where, hey, maybe injuries are taking precedent. AD is getting hurt. LeBron isn't able to play like the full LeBron because he's still battling injury, even though he's playing through it. This isn't like that. This is a team that looks, when they are fully healthy, or rather, first off, their main stars are healthy. And then, most of their other core pieces are youthful, can play offense, have size, can play defense, can get out on the break, can switch, and can score on their own. And yet, still, while you have the ability to match up against anybody, you have no continuity. Players are confused at their role. Players don't know where that's one of the gripes that are being reported. Players don't know what their role is on this team because they don't have a role. Because there's no continuity or consistency in rotations to get a role in the first place. Am I a defender? Am I a driver? Am I a cutter? Am I supposed to sit in the corner? Am I supposed to be a person that curls around? Do I work in the pick and roll? Do I not work in the pick and roll at all? What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be? Where is my identity on this team? Nobody has any outside of LeBron and AD because they don't have the requisite rotation that signifies where you are and what you do. That's the problem. And that's what Darvin Ham seemingly does not understand. And it's stupid. I could forgive you for not having that type of insight when you were first getting this job, working through turmoil. I get it. But now there's no excuse. We were always saying you were a bad coach in the past, but we just said, many people were saying just give it time. Hopefully, prayerfully, we'll at least see some semblance of improvement. And now you went from, okay, there's some confidence to, brother, you bottomed out. If there was any time to switch a coach, it would be now. It would be now. I don't care if I ever see him in the coaching realm again, because he isn't a good coach. He's never been a good coach. Because now it is set up on a platter. You know how many people in coaches would love to have this position? LeBron and AD playing at their best currently right now. AD not being injured and having the youth and flexibility on that roster that you have right now. Locked up Reeves for I believe 3 or 4 years. Locked up Rui for 3 or 4 years. You got D'Lo still. You got Vanderbilt, who's a great defender. Phenomenal defender and hustle player. Jackson Hayes, who's a highlight reel waiting to happen when he does get on the floor, and is an athletic big man who can affect the game. You got the pieces that this should be. Christian Wood, somebody who's already had the reins of being the main guy, and when he gets minutes on this team, He does show signs of success. But then you muddy everything up by switching everything at a moment's notice. Playing stupid 3-guard lineups. Ignorantly taking out players when they're hot. Wanting to keep players fresh. Like Austin Reeves, though he plays great when he gets starting level minutes. Ignorant and stupid, that's what Darvin Ham is. And the fact that he just keeps on getting away with this perpetual ineptitude of outright mediocrity makes me sick. And should make you sick. Whether you're a fan of the Lakers or not, just watching this game, watching this whole team play all year long, it's a frustrating endeavor because they should be better than this. And it's not because they're not talented. It's because they don't have structure or foundational anything. Because Darvin Ham is messing everything up. And he coaches like a bum. Call it like it is. He's a bum of a coach. He is a bum of a coach. He is a bum of a leader. He is a bum of a rotational manager. All around, this brother is a bum when it comes to making what should be a gifted platter of a situation absolute trash. That's what Darvin Ham has done. And it's frustrating to no end. Ignorant, stupid, and coaching like a bum. Acting like a bum. Making dumb excuses like a bum. That's what you're doing. Like a bum. And act like, oh, it just takes time. No, you had time. You're missing pieces. No, you had the pieces. And this still was happening. Ain't no injuries messing up your rotation. You are messing up your rotation because you are a terrible coach. Needs to be said loud and clear. This bum of a coach is ruining what should be a real threat at a title in terms of the makeup of this team. You degraded you went from overachieving to underachieving in a season. How the world does that happen? Not because your star players or your main players aren't producing. No, you are actively taking them. It's rare that I've said this. You are actively taking them out of their ability to perform at their best. It's not their fault. It's yours. It's your fault. We can't blame Chris Dunn. We can't blame Russell Westbrook. There's none of that to say, okay, objectively, despite whatever the situation is, you were playing absolutely abysmal in terms of Westbrook when he was on the Lakers. It's the truth. I don't care if you like him or not. I love Westbrook. It's still the truth. The better play like an absolute bum. He played sporadically and was horrible on the Los Angeles Lakers. It's just the truth. I don't care if you like him or hate him. It's the truth, whatever way you feel about him. That season and seasons with the Lakers were utterly abysmal because he just did not fit. Can't say that about on the Clippers, thankfully so, but still, he played like a bum. We could point to that as one of the pinpoint reasons as to why they were bad. We can. We could point to injury in the past. We can't point to anything anymore except for your coach, Darvin Ham, is an absolute bum. Or as one of my friends would say, a schmuck. Shout out to one of my close confidants. Jalen, I done picked up some new lingo from you. He coaches like a schmuck, like a bum. Hands in his pockets because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's terrible. And it's frustrating to see.